Hey folks, Brendan here from Plus 50 Gaming, and I just had one of the most amazing races I've ever had on iRacing. Now, those who follow the Skip Barber series or participated in it probably know there's a couple of time slots through the week where all the fast guys gather to race each other. Now, the maximum grid size for a Skip Barber race is 23 cars. So if you get more than 23 people showing up to race, there's more than one split. For this particular race, exactly 23 people showed up to race. Now, typically where a race only has one split, the strength of field for the race can be anything from 1,500 up to maybe 3,000 at the most. For this race, even though there was only one split, we still had a strength of field of over 4,100. It was a really unique experience, and I absolutely loved being part of it. So to put things into perspective, this is a quick snapshot of the current top 10 in the championship. Now, in this race, out of that top 10, only 3 people were not present. Jeff, Lucas, and Tim weren't in the field, but look at that. The top 3, 5th, 7th, 8th, and 10th. Now, going into this race, I was car number 18. That means there were 17 guys ahead of me with a higher I rating, and only 5 racers with a lower I rating than me. So I knew there was going to be some pretty stiff competition. So after qualifying, I was pretty happy with 15th. I knew with the times being so tight, there was a high chance there was going to be a little bit of bumping and shoving up ahead of me. So my strategy was to stay as close as I could to the lead pack and gain a few spots by just keeping out of trouble. This race was close and exciting from start to finish, and I got a front row seat for the whole thing. Sit back and enjoy.
Your tyres are cold, watch out. The track temp is 34 Celsius. The air temp is 22. Okay, standing start. Okay, Brenda, are you ready? Watch for the lights. Go!
There's a few people with reputations in this field. I won't point them out now, but...
On your left. Hold your line. Still there.
Everybody got through turn 1 cleanly, or once.
The guy in front is Enos, car number 14, and their rating is 5.4.
Car left. Still there. Clear left.
So I've caught the field up pretty quickly here, mainly because they're on cold tyres on first lap. But behind me, car 22, it suffers cold tyres and gets a bit loose and into the wall.
Augusto, car number 10, is now leading.
Can anyone see if my front wing is fucked? It's okay.
Alexander has a bit of a lock up here.
Left side. Clear left.
That sends him off into the gravel, and that's one place done.
The car in front of us is Ryan, car number 7, and their rating is 7.1.
Ryan's a tough competitor. I've raced against him quite a lot. The sweeper up here at turn 8, the car really drifts nicely. Up ahead, you can see Tito battling for the lead.
The leader has just done a 122.46. 14th, Tito, car number 6, is now in the lead.
This will be a theme throughout the whole race.
Car right. Clear right.
Now up ahead you'll see Yannick get a bit wide and lose the rear end.
Alright Brendan, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no
The
mistakes.
car behind me does pretty much the same thing.
You failed then.
So we're halfway through lap 3. I'm still staying in touch with Ryan, 0.7, 0.8 behind. If I can stay within a second, I'll hold draft. I'm not too worried about behind me. And right on cue behind me, Josephine gets a bit loose, overcorrects, it snaps and sends her into the wall.
New fastest lap for Dennis, 121.20. P13, you've just done a 121.94. That's your fastest lap today. Augusto, car number 10, is leading the race.
So I've closed up to half a second behind Ryan and he's just over a second behind Enzo. Now I'm pretty confident he's going to catch Enzo, so if I can just stay on his tail, I'll be in pretty good shape.
You've just cut the track.
Got a little wide there and into the gravel at the exit of 2 and 3. And up ahead it looks like Enzo's overshot 2 and 4. But gathered it up nicely.
2.
Now coming into this final turn, this is where I seem to be losing the most time at the moment. Where I was half a second behind Ryan, now that he's got draft and I'm just out of it, I'm nearly a second behind the pack.
The guy ahead's last lap time is a 121.26. Tito, car number 6, is now in the lead.
I'm not too concerned though, because I know these guys are tightly bunched ahead and I can take the perfect line while they're constantly defending and attacking.
Pay attention to track limits, please Brendan.
Another 1X for running wide there. Gotta watch that. Now up ahead, Dennis and Steph are side by side. Steph's in the yellow car. He gets run a little bit wide and just gets into the grass, which really kills his momentum. And that allows Neil to get up beside him and Paul as well. Now, Paul, Steph and Enzo have some contact here and it's a bit ugly.
Car left.
Thanks, Enzo.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear left.
Did he
10th
decide to
position.
Enzo your race?
Simonson, car number 1, is leading the race.
On your right. Clear right. Right side. Hold your line. Still there. Clear right.
So now I've got Enzo ahead of me and Ryan's got past. Remember what I said earlier about reputations? I was talking about Enzo.
car ahead is Enos, car number 14, and their rating is 5.4.
So after all that, towards the end of lap 6, I've got Ryan and Enzo ahead of me. I've got Steph now behind me. And Jesus, a little bit further behind here. Up ahead, the battle for the lead is really starting to heat up.
Fastest lap for Neil, 120.70. P11. That lap time was 121.51. That's your quickest lap.
On your left, clear left.
Okay, Brendan, the next car is Ryan, car number 7, and their rating is 7.1.
I make a bit of a mess at turn 3 here. So up ahead, Enzo is starting to catch Neil. Neil and Enzo really don't get along.
Simonson, car number 1, is now leading.
Cheers, Hitters, let's go.
The gap to Ryan ahead is now 0.9.
Big off track for Enzo there. Once again, that last little bit of the lap seems to be where I'm losing the most time. I've lost the draft to Ryan, and now I'm pretty sure Steph's going to catch me pretty smartly.
The leader has just done a 121.01. Tito, car number 6, is now leading. That's a new fastest lap for Ryan, 120.52. That lap was a 121.40. Good lap, that's your best in the session. Sector 3 is 0.49 off the pace.
So now I'm thinking my best bet is to kind of let Steph and Paul catch me up and then basically tuck in behind them to catch the others. Also notice that Enzo is now only 2 or 3 tenths behind Neil.
Alright Brendan, that's half distance. You're looking good for fuel. That lap was a 121.49. The guy behind has just done a 120.80.
Thanks, Enzo. Don't say sorry, learn to fucking read the track. And they're on a killing spree.
Up ahead, Brian gets a little bit too close to car number 3 and just wrinkles his rear wing a little bit. Now car number 3 is the championship leader at the moment. Now all this has allowed me to catch up about a half a second on Ryan, but it's also allowed Steph and Paul to get right on my tail.
On your right. Hold your line. Clear right.
Come on, focus. We need more speed. Don't try to brake later. Just concentrate harder.
Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
Your lap times are pretty consistent. You've just done a 121.50.
So now Steph and Paul are ahead of me and I can follow them as they catch up the pack. Meanwhile, Enzo and Neil are about to have another one of their clashes.
Ooh-wee. Oh yeah. Enzo, can you see any of the other cars?
The next car is Paul, car number 12, C license, and their rating
Like
is
seriously, are we
5.9.
blinking for you? Are we all blinking for you, Enzo? No, I just felt like nobody else was there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like we don't exist on a screen.
Tito, car number 6, is leading the race.
But not for long.
P12. That lap was a 121.64.
Dennis and Benny put up a magnificent fight to take 1 and 2.
Okay, Brendan, you've got half your fuel left.
So now Neil is stuck behind Enzo with Steph and Paul and me snapping at his heels. So Paul's getting pretty frustrated now.
12 laps, back where I started.
There's 6 seconds to the car behind me, so the top half of the field have broken away. With 6 laps to go, things are about to get a little nuts.
Simonson, car number 1, is now in the lead. Your lap time was 121.05. That's your best lap in this session.
So as they're coming 3 wide into turn 1, Enzo pushes Steph wide, which allows Paul to tuck in behind Neil beside Enzo. Neil sees Enzo coming and blocks, and Enzo does Enzo things.
The car in front is Steph, car number
You get a
8,
report,
C
right, Enzo.
license,
Sorry, mate,
and their
that was
rating
shite.
is 6.7.
There's more to this story. Let's look at it from Enzo's view. He's got Paul beside him, whether he knows that or not, I'm not sure. He blocks, pulls in, but what he does next is crazy. There's a green car coming up, driven by a guy named Tex, and he just pulls straight out onto the track. gives him nowhere to go. So Tex is busy having his own battle with Peter. Up ahead, he'll see the accident happening, but he's got no way to expect what Enzo's going to do. Enzo pulls off the track and then straight back on, and Tex has got a date with a tow truck.
Fuck you, dude. What was that?
Up ahead, the battle for the lead is now 2 wide and 3 rows back.
P10, that last lap was a 121.16. Sector 2 is 0.35 off the pace.
Brian in the Burgundy car is a little bit wrong-footed here. He gets a knock from Sam, and that allows a couple of the cars to have a couple of opportune moments. Particularly Neil managed to get around him in a bold move. Now you remember Tex in the green car? Well, he's been towed to the pits at his repairs, and he's about to come back out, right in front of the lead pack.
That lap time was 121.00. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
So while Tex is doing a fantastic job of staying just ahead of the pack, Brian's about to pull the same move on Neil that Neil pulled on him the lap before.
Good luck, everybody.
Okay, Brendan, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
That pushes Neil a bit wide at turn 8, and Steph's able to get past him as well.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Neil, car number 4, A license, and their rating is 8.2. Dennis, car number 5, is now in the lead. You've just done a 121.14. Sector 2 is...
Right side. Clear right.
So now that we've all got past Tex, it's a 10-car breakaway field, and up ahead, Benny's making his move.
That was a lot of you.
So we're coming up on 2 laps to go. The top 10 cars are within a couple of tenths of each other, all in a line.
Left. That was 121.32. Okay, Brendan, that's good consistency. Keep it up. Simonson, car number 1, is leading the race.
So I'm right on the heels of Neil. Neil's right behind Steph, and ahead of them too, Ryan and Brian are battling it out pretty hard. Brian drifted a bit wide, that put them side by side. Coming up to the last lap, I'm right there. I want to take advantage of anyone else's mistake, take any opportunity I can.
The leader's just done a 120.71. That's a new fastest lap for Augusto, 120.47.
Car right, clear right.
Your last lap time was a 121.28.
Left side, 3 wide, you're on the right. Car left, clear left.
Alright, Brendan, the next car is Steph, car number 8, C licence, and their rating is 6.7.
For the record, Steph did apologise for that after the race. Up ahead, the top half a dozen cars can pretty much be covered by a blanket. Coming to the line, Benny has a good enough advantage to stay ahead, but second, third and fourth, that could be anybody's.
Well, the viewers got what they wanted.
10th position. Okay, that's the finish. Well done, mate. That's the end of the session.
Take a good hard look at yourself.
I don't think there's anyone Enzo hasn't wrecked this race.
He hasn't got me. I'm back in 20th. He hasn't seen me yet.
So let's look at the results now. Pretty good outcome for me personally. A lot of iRating, and that's put me up over my 3,500 iRating target for the season. So I need to hang on to that. Safety rating is still hovering around the 4 mark, which is comfortable. Now for the actual results, Benny got the win. Dennis ended up clinching second, followed by Augusto and Sam. Now the margins between the finishes are what's astounding on this one. So second place only 0.223, third place only 0.230, so 7 1,000ths, and then another 7 1,000ths back to Sam. Vlado was only 7 tenths behind the lead, Brian 9 tenths, Neil 1.2, Ryan 1.5, Steph 1.8, then a bit of a gap to me just because of that knock. Finishing 2.8 even behind the leader is really satisfying for me personally. Further down the field, Peter finished 10 seconds behind the lead. Yannick, who's normally quite strong. Now, Jose, we did see him get a little bit of rear wing damage. He actually pitted for repairs, which is why he's so far down. You've got Alexander, who had that lock-up on turn 1. Ken had a pretty good stay out of trouble run. Not bad for car 19, finishing 15th. Then you have Enzo. Well, we saw Enzo's problems. Pablo, Josephine, Igor, Corey. Poor old Tex in the green car. He was the first car, 1 lap down. Then further back, you've got Paul. We saw what happened to Paul. He ended up leaving the event 6 laps before the end. Not quite sure what happened to Jesus Cabal. But all in all, a fantastic race. Really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And join in for the next one.